April in Paris, here comes Charlie, and things like that. Okey-doke. Right, I think we're back on again, are we? Yay, we're back on again. Right, so they can go to one side to dry. I now have a couple of days to wait until my black arrives, so that I can do the bodysuit. I've got a bike to build. Okay, now for the fun part. Building the bike and things like that. So the plan for this is, if you see on the top, yeah, we're actually doing sub-assemblies across the top. So what I'll be doing is painting all the body parts. I'll show you the body parts. So we can paint all these separately in the brown colour. I'm going to stick with the traditional brown for this one, because there's going to be a few of you guys building the bike itself as a traditional bike, so I'll stick with that. So I'll be building one of these engine parts and things like that, and the nose section, whatever that's called, building those as separate lumps so that we can do the metallic-y blacky base coat for it, and then start weathering all that separately. And then separately as well, we'll be building the bodywork and things like that, getting all that sorted out, and then start getting into all the gribbly details. So yeah, I think that's the best bet. Build the big lumps first and get them sorted out. Yeah. So let's get the engine done first, because I really want to see this engine. We'll be needing, put it back then. Oh, needing that fella. Oh, I think I need a smaller pop shield. I can't see anything. Doink. I could paint these on the frames. As you can see, I've got the grey undercoat. So the second I go black and then trim away, you'll have this tiny little hole appear that'll need touching up again. So it's not really worth doing that on the frame. Get as much off as you can. so we'll stop there, because after this we start adding hoses and some bodywork. So we've now got the engine sub-assembly, so in a moment we can break that down again. We'll take these two panels back out just so we can get underneath in the little holes. There is, I don't know if you make that out, a tiny little tab. Make sure I'm pointing in the right place. Tiny little tab just there, where you can get the edge of a knife or something in, just to go and flick it back out. We'll take this section back off. As you can see, it's, you know, it's quite a firm fit. It does come, it does go. You can see there where I've taken the paint away. Right before we put that back in, we'll scrape that paint back, just so it's an easier fit. But again, we'll take that part off so we can paint in there and the undersides, otherwise you end up with shadow spots where you can't quite get to. So that's that part done. Put it onto one side. And we'll take all those hoses and we'll paint those as well. And the good news is the upper body, yeah, right place. The upper body, this section, it mostly goes together, as you can see there, straight on. So that's quite handy. So we'll build that as well. Start new clip, Tony. Those of you who've already built this will have already seen that this is happening with the suspender, the nose section. Easily resolved with a couple of spots of glue. Excuse me, getting all froggy. It's easily resolved with a couple of spots of glue. When I can find my glue. And I can find my, where's my glue? Hello. Okie doke. So I've got this Mr. Cement S runny cement, but Tamiya cement will do exactly the same job. If you can get hold of the Tamiya one, that'll be better. That's quite hard to get hold of now for some reason. If you can get hold of the Tamiya stuff, which I've got knocking about somewhere, we'll actually just going to drop some, he says, trying to get your fingers involved as well, because the last thing we need right now is fingerprints. You'll literally just dollop a drop on. As you can see, there's a little bit of squish out. We're after that, because that's also acting as a filler, that squish out. The best filler you've got is the plastic itself. Unless of course you've got massive great big gaps. And then just to help that along, we clamp it. No, not those. which then gives us something to hold on to if we need it. So just do it again. Get it lined up as close as you can. Try to leave a little gap there. Dob some on, have a wiggle. Get the squish. Don't forget we need that squish out. And then leave that to excuse me, leave that to set up. So whilst I'm leaving that to set up, I'm going to go get a drink and sort this tickle out in my throat, which I do apologise for. That's just come on all of a sudden. Yeah, we'll leave that for about 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that, just to do its thing. And then hopefully that'll be a nice secure fit. Well, if you noticed where the squish has gone to, there's something called capillary reaction, which is all scientific and I don't quite fully understand it myself, so I can't really explain it myself, but what basically happens is the dollop that you put on zips up because of the tiny little gap, and there's surface tension involved somewhere. I'm sure there is. Look it up on Google. Capillary reaction. It's a fantastic technique and science. And I'll go get a drink. Hey, so for the last couple of days, I'll just tell you this now. Last couple of days I've had like this little bump just under my eyebrow, you know, where you go into the eye socket, and it's been really itchy, and I'm thinking, oh, that's a bite, and it's been gradually getting bigger and bigger, this little red lump. And said to the missus, I've been bitten, and she went, nope, that's a spot. I can see a tiny little head coming up right in the centre of it. And I was like, oh, okay, fair enough. It's been like that for a couple of days, like I say, and this morning I woke up and, brace yourselves, it looked like this. Oh, tell you what, it's throbbing like a bugger, and I'm not doing anything with it yet. I'm not that brave. I'm just going to let it sit there until it starts leaking even. No, stop, right. That's about half an hour now, and as you can probably see there's a little bit of squish out. That's fine, we want that. What we do now is just very gently scrape a blade along there. No gaps. Be like that. Quick and easy fixes. We don't have to go absolutely crazy with fillers. Oh, croak's back. Excuse me. Yeah, so we don't have to go crazy with fillers or anything like that. Just run your blade along it. Done. Lovely. Cracking job. Next. I started building that again without you. Oh, sorry. Kid duck. So just popping all these around. Like though. And where were we? I forgot where I was. There we go. I do love how these kits go together. They're beautiful. Ooh, when you're clipping these away from the frame, they are slightly softer plastic. It's more like a vinyl than anything else, but do be careful with it because it does give you a bit of a heart attack as you're clipping away. And you see it move and you go, but do be careful. Try not to cut through it like I nearly did. Oh, that's a fair thing. I'm lost. Where am I? It's a little bit on the flimsy side, but it is vinyl, so it is a little bit more forgiving. Go, get him. Had that been plastic, that would have been a hold your breath moment. Okay. Pop you on, right. I'll leave that part off for the time being. Oh, I've got it stuck now. There we go. Yeah. Hopefully remember to throw a warning in. We'll leave that one off for the time being so we can paint the underside and paint these details. Where's my clips? There's my clips. So we'll leave that one off. Clean that part up, and then we've got a Sheltie. Put me in this way around. Where are we? There we are. Put me in this way around. So there's a little tab at the bottom. It's like an L shape. So put me in that way around. And again, just looking at that straight away, we'll paint that separately. Yeah, we'll paint that separately, and then we're not going to create any shadows anywhere. Bubble clip right there at the bottom. Yeah. And then if it doesn't go, don't force it. You can probably see there we're taking some of the paint off the end of the bag, so just give that a little scrape just to help it. Like so. It's better. Yeah, it's better. And then we've got another Sheltie. Put me this way round. Ding. Like so. Little touchy clean up there. Like so. And this piece. I'm hoping the camera can pick that up. How cool is that? I have no idea what that was in real life, what kit they've got that from. Originally on the original prop. Or whether they've actually just built that themselves. That's, what would you call it, ILM. But it's one of the funkiest little things I've ever seen. It's brilliant. I like that. I like that a lot. Stay there. And you'll notice that I've not put any of the veins on yet. The front veins, because I'll be painting those brown anyway. But I want things like this to stand out. Where are we? There we are. These little nubby things on the end, because they'll actually be poking through the veins. Where have you gone? Technical veins, there we are. There you be. They'll be poking through these holes here by the look of it. So I want those to stand out a little bit. And be a different shade. and stuff like that. That way around, that way up, that way up. There we go. Lovely. Looks like a Klingon. Both vessel thing. Forgive me because I'm not very well up on Star Trek. Is that a nod to Star Trek? Do you reckon? Daft little thing like this. Oh, I'm liking this. Oh, hang on, stop the music before we get sued again. Okay, so evidently, getting the right way around. I like how they've done that as well. The flexible tubing there. Just get into the background. The flexible tubing means you can actually move the gas pedal. I like that. Or is that the steering vane? I can't remember. Anywho, that way around, that way around. It's not very clear on the instructions how you do this part. There's a big tabby thing there which goes that way around, apparently. There was a noisy conversation downstairs. Right, so that doesn't even interfere with what we're doing. It's this part here. Clicks into the delicate little doings underneath. So when I take this apart, I'll be attaching the delicate little doings underneath to the steering legs when I've got a bit more control. But I'll show you that part when I get there, because that is going to be a little bit fiddly for my liking. When I'm coming to paint this as well, I'll be taking these foot plates back off just so we can get underneath and make sure we get everything. I do like that. I do like that a lot. And yeah, let's go back into time lapse. Right then, so build wise that's pretty much the sub-assembly's done as far as we can go. Lovely gribbly stuff. Oh, yeah, behave. So what we need to do now is clip, tell you what, let's try that again, shall we? What we need to do is clip all these ancillary parts off and paint these separately so that it'll look all swish and swanky when we come to paint everything else. So I'll go away and do that off camera. I'll separate into the colours because these tubing things here will be going a really dark grey, whereas the main body chassis parts will be going in rubber black, I think. Yeah, rubber black. So I'll go away and do that and preparate it all so that you're not sat there watching me preparate, because that'll take a while. I'll see you when I come back in a minute. Right, I think I'm ready. Am I ready? I'm ready. Haha. Okie doke. So, he says bashing everything. Bring that down there a little bit. I'm going to go in with good old X20A. I'm going to do a roughly 50-50 mix of that with, I've just had it. There you are. The XF85 Focus Rubber Black. Is it rubber black? Rubber black, yep. And we're going to go thinners first. Thinners first. So it's roughly 50-50. So just a squirt to start us off. Don't flood your cup. That's a mistake quite a few people make. We put too much stuff in the cup and then the minute you start moving your brush around it all slops out. Makes a mess everywhere. So I'll give the tire black, rubber black even. No, I can't get the cap off. Hello, this might take a while. So amongst yourselves. Bloody Nora. Yeah, that's on. Oh my word, that is on. That was fun. It's the worst thing about these Tamiya pots. Every now and then they get slammed on and gunked on, and oh, it's just terrible to get off. It really is. Yeah, ready. So it's roughly half and half. And then we give it a stir with an old brush. And put the thinners in first, just to slick everything up in there. And then wipe the brush. Yeah, so we're just slicking everything up. Oh shush. And as we should see now, when I blow through there. You get thinners first, then the paint. Do it the way around, you get really gummed up quite quickly and nothing works, which is always fun. Okay, so let's go straight in. Just turn the compressor on. Is that? There we go. Right, so that's the first coat of that done. I'm hoping I managed to catch it amidst all the noise, but basically you're not trying to paint all that in one go, otherwise it'll end up really, being put on really thickly. The paint, usually where's Tony? The paint will be put on really thickly, and as you can see there, there's still primer showing through, especially in that corner there. And there's all kinds of light spots and stuff like that. So don't worry too much about that. We'll get that with a second coat. It's not a problem. Really isn't a problem. So while I've still got the tyre black out, I've still got some in my cup. Let's do some pre-shading on the main body. I'm going to try a different technique if I can, called the black and white technique, which will give us some shadows where there aren't any. It's kind of like pre-shading, but it's not. Just check the airflow's okay. So with this pre-shading, we'll start with this first. It's still a 50-50 mix of the flat black, rubber black and thinners. So we're going to start off, and it's just picking out details like all these little grooves here and inside there and inside here, so it's just picking out shadows early. So very gently down with the trigger. Just trying to get my hand in. Very gently down, very gently back, so there's hardly anything coming through. Try and make it look random. Might go over that a second time, not too sure yet. We'll see how it looks in a minute. Don't forget, move the piece to suit you, not the other way around. We've got some in there. So there's going to be a fair bit of traffic around there, because that's where the luggage compartment is. Stowage even. And then we'll get some around this top here. Show the people. Not the best of camera angles, so I appreciate. I do apologise. It's just things like that. So we're going to create shadow where there isn't any. Oops. And into these little streaks here. Right, so doesn't look brilliant, but top layers will cover that. It's not a problem. So black and white technique. We've already got a load of paint in there, as you can see. Let's trick you out of the way. My shot was a bit too busy then. All I'm going to do is just really thin that down. I'm going to test on the back of some cardboard to make sure I've got the right consistency. I've got a dirty cup, so I can't quite show you on the side of the cup. put far too much paint on there, but we're after quite a runny consistency, but not pure thinners. This is definitely something you need to practice on an old kit. Possibly a bit more thinner. So what we're after here is quite opaque layers. Get the crank guard back on. Go backfill just to mix everything up and then try again. Looks about right. We'll soon find out. So what we're going to do now is bring this back in. On these tail sections, this side here, which is down, will be in shadow, and you can probably pick it out there. It's going to be in shadow, so we're just going to mess about with the lighting a little bit. So just very, very gently. As you can see there, there's hardly any paint going on. I'm barely touching the trigger. So she's very gently ghosting on. The dark shade. And then because it's wet, we can actually blend this now. So we can get darker into the corner. Like so. And then a little bit later on, once that's dried, I'll go across the extreme edge there with a pure white. I know, me using white, what's that about? So again, pressing down for air but hardly pulling the trigger at all. So we're literally just ghosting on. And if you can match it up, that'd be ideal, but don't worry too much. Don't drive yourself balmy with, is this the right level of black going on? Very, very gently. Just in that top corner there. We're just going to emphasise the shadow that's already there. Like so. And then when we come to do the brown, that will make perfect sense. So it's kind of like doing what we were doing with the uniform, with the dark grey. It's a similar kind of idea behind it. We're going to use really thin coats of brown over the top of that. Really, really thin coats.